Hey everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you guys a project that you can do using the scrap wood from the shoe dresser from last week. Of course you can just go and buy wood specifically for this project, but if you happen to have some scrap wood lying around, then this could be the project for you. I'd been wanting a bath shelf for a long time, and I've just been too lazy to actually go out and buy the materials to make one, and I didn't want to buy one because I could just make it myself. But finally, after this last project that I made, I had scrap wood and the right kind of scrap wood for this project. And finally, I decided to make it. This is a really easy project, especially compared to last week. So let's get started. You'll need wood. I used some scrap 1x8 and 1x2 that I had left over from the shoe dresser from last week. Wood glue, measuring tape, some sort of saw to cut the wood, clamps, sandpaper or an orbital sander, distressing materials, and finishing materials. Measure your bathtub. You want to measure from the outside edge of the tub to the other outside edge. My tub is up against the wall, so I just measured from the wall out to the outer edge. Then measure from one of the inside edges to the other inside edge. Cut a board down to the outside edge measurement. Like I mentioned before, I just used some scrap that I had, and it actually ended up being the perfect size. My board is 1x8 inches, which I found to be the perfect width, but you could always use thinner or thicker board if you wanted to. Take the measurement of the width of the board and cut 2 pieces of 1x2 to that size. Mark the middle of the board. Take the inner measurement, divide it in half, and use that new number to measure out from the middle of each side. Apply glue to the edges of the 1x2 and place them on the inside of those marks. Clamp them down. If you don't have clamps, you could just use something heavy, like a big stack of books or something, to weigh them down. Let the glue dry completely. I let mine dry overnight. Sand the shelf. I wanted mine to have a distressed look, so I used a hammer and chain to beat the crap out of it. Wipe off the dust with a damp cloth, and then you can finish it however you'd like. I applied the finish using the sock method. Basically, you put on a glove to protect your hand, and then you slip a sock over it, and then spread the finish on with that. I used the same 2-in-1 stain poly that I used for the shoe dresser, but I only did 1 coat. Make sure you really get the stain all up in the hammer and chain dents to make them pop. Once that was completely dry, I went back and sprayed it all over with the clear finish spray to make sure it was completely sealed everywhere. Let that dry and it's done! The small pieces of wood on the bottom keep the shelf from shifting too much and falling into the tub. Use this shelf to hold some candles, a book or magazine, maybe even a glass of wine, if you're old enough, of course. I hope you all enjoyed this week's project. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. I post DIY videos every Thursday. You can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or Pinterest, and I'll leave the information to those down below. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next week.